Welcome to Ephemera Files with Tommy. I am still not completely set up in my new studio. I am still working on it. And so my desk is a mess because I don't have my camera adjusted. Well, that's not why my desk is a mess. You can see that my desk is a mess because I don't have my camera adjusted. And it's a mess. So we are getting so close to November, and many of us do a gratitude journal, a thankfulness journal, different kinds of albums to document the things that we are grateful for. I have done this myself the last 2 years, and I very much enjoy it. As a matter of fact, making these 2 journals has been a bond between me and one of my granddaughters, because she loves to flip through the journals and have me tell her all about it. Matter of fact, she loves them so much that this particular one lost its cover because she was trying to close it too hard and cracked the acrylic because it was an acrylic sheet. So we're more careful now, and I haven't found a replacement, and I'm happy to leave it just as it is. So I have these from 2018 and 2017. So we'll go through this one first. And these are just some samples of ways that you can do your gratitude journal. I have done 2 different types of prompts in these journals, and I will probably do yet another different one for this year's. I have not decided yet, and I am a little behind on that. Normally I have decided by now. So here is the 2017 journal. I'm a little out of breath and I don't know why. And I followed Illustrated Faith's gratitude documented prompt list, kind of, because I used some of their prompts for some of my entries. I also used some prompts from Rachel Wojo, and her last name is long and it's Polish, and I can't even try to do it. But she goes by Rachel Wojo on Facebook and on her blog post, her Instagram, and that stuff. So I combined the 2 lists of prompts. I did use the pack that came with the Illustrated Faith gratitude documented. I didn't use all of it, and I added a lot of other things. So let's do the flip through. To do this one, I did look up the different verses that were used as prompts, and somewhere on each page I have that particular verse written out, handwritten. On each page I also have a little flip or something that has a hidden prayer that I've written. And I started this November 1st of 2017. And so I just wrote myself a little prayer down there so that I could remember it. And I have little sticky Velcro dots here to hold the prayers closed. For this page, I have part of the kit. I have washi tape. I think that washi tape came with the kit, and I have music. I used hymn pages throughout a lot of this as well. I do like that the paper pack that I used was double-sided, so I didn't have to worry about the back. This one is a flip down for the prayer, and I made sure and decorated behind the prayer too. The numbers that came in the kit were all this color, but that didn't go with this page, so I simply colored it black with a marker, and it took the color very well. This was a tab down here. To make the flip, I attached one side of the card to this tab and attached the tab to the back of the page. I think in other places I may have that tab attached on the same side of the page. On this one, there is the flip open. And up here, I simply hole punched 3 holes and took some yarn, threaded it through, and made a little tassel by tying it closed up there at the top. Whoops, and that needs glued back down. But that happens. This book is 2 years old now. This next page is another hymnal page, and the little prayer spot is up here. I tried to make sure that I did have a prayer written down for each page, because for me, for some reason, just thinking about it and saying thank you about it weren't enough. I wanted to remember what I was being thankful for and asking God to help me to continue or to change how I was showing that gratitude. This one, I made a double hang tag that is fastened on the page with this button. When I turn the page, you can see there's a button on the back. And so I've threaded that through, and it gives it not a hinge, but a pivot. And so I have this card on the front. Again, I colored this with marker. It took the color very well. And then wrote my prayer on the back. And it's not obvious. Not on the back card. It's not obvious, but it does make a nice little decorative part there when you don't know that it's a prayer. And this was a long scripture to write out. See, I have some different washi. This washi did not come with the kit. I don't think these papers came from the kit. I know this paper did not. And I know this did not. So you can mix and match. Don't feel like you have to be tied into one particular brand or one particular product or one particular company. This one does not, this little prayer does not have the Velcro, but it does tuck under this part of this leaf that I did not put glue on so that it would lift up. Again, I colored the number to match the page. For this one, I used a lot of different washi. This is a napkin applique here. And I will link my dry napkin technique below. This one is not a dry napkin. I did use Mod Podge with it, and you can see how the page buckled a little bit. But that's okay. It doesn't bother me at all. This page, I have my little Velcro there. And I took, let's see, oh, I just colored in this whole number with silver and then put an 8 on the top because it did not show very well. The white 8 did not show very well against the silver. I also backed it blue paper first, and this torn paper for the sun, and then this cute paper that I've had forever, but I think that is still in production because I think I still see it in the store occasionally, and then tore the moon out of some parchment paper to put that together. This one I had a lot of fun with, but then I didn't leave anywhere to put my thankfulness, what I was thankful for. And this is the verse, and it goes, every which direction speak to one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. Let's see, offering praise by singing, always giving, no, by, see, I'm all confused. I have to look it up. They're kind of in an order, but it kind of goes around, so you have to look it up. These little stickers that look like lace, they're vinyl, and I got those at the Dollar Tree. And then this is ribbon down here that I glued on. And then there's the prayer with the Velcro on the back of that tag that I put just a little length of twine on. This one, whoops, I'm going to tear it off. The prayer is on the back side of this, and I made sure and lined up my washi here with the washi that I wrapped around the edge of this card. So unless you know that that hinge is not repeated over here, you don't even know that it opens. Again, I colored in the number. And this is a strip of scrapbook paper down here. Here is another hymn page. And this is actually a double layout because I needed some more room to write out the scripture. I have a page over here. This was actually a page I had decided I didn't want to keep because I was practicing my card scraping and I really didn't much care for it. But I kind of liked it with this. And then this is just a sticker. And this is another of my prayer cards, just tucked right in there. And a sticker and just some letter stickers. And I put pearls in the middle of these stickers for the flower centers. And added pearls to these stickers as well. For this one, I used a sheet of vellum and vellum stickers. And I made a hinge right here with this washi tape. Now, using these stickers, I had to slice down the middle of the A and line it up carefully on both sides so that my hinge would still work. And then I put my verse on the inside here and the prayer there. And I just like the way that looks. And I made sure and I glued the vellum down over here. This lifts up, obviously, because I just showed you that. Next page, I used stickers to spell out family down the side. It doesn't leap out at you, but you do notice it. And then here, I believe, yes, is my prayer on my family page. For this one, I took a photo of a bunch of, let's see, what kind of seeds were those? I think those were wheat seeds. That's in my own hand. So you can put your own photos in here with a saying, if you can use a computer, and it's actually very simple. It says, you reap what you sow, more than you sow, and later than you sow. And this whole part over here flips open, and I made a lap with that over like that to cover up my prayer. It says, we are blessed to be blessings, and this says, cultivate kindness. Next page is my church. I'm thankful for my church family, my friends, and my loved ones that I get to see there all the time. And I made this tassel here the same way as I made this. This is one of those little tabs, little round tabs that you get. And I just used my hole punch, popped a hole in the center of it, and threaded my yarn, my really fluffy yarn, through that and made a tassel. Now this page is a little fancier. This paper came with just the white crosses on the back, but I wanted it to be more colorful. And so I just took a marker and colored in a whole bunch of the crosses. I made this bucket out of scrapbook paper, washi tape, and a little piece of floral wire, and took some thread and tied it around there like you would a bucket handle and looped it up and over the page. And this one has the flip down for my prayer. I cut the wave pattern that was on this page and then lined it back up so that my bucket is going down into the water. I like that page a lot. And there is the back where the thread from the bucket is wound around. For this page, this is a wood veneer bird, helping to decorate and also to hold that down where my prayer is. This is another photo. I took this out of my back door and I wrote or typed out a scripture right there, printed it, and put it in the book. For this page, the prayer is, oh my goodness, I'm pulling up too many pieces. Yes, I am. Let me just tear up my book now. Underneath this collage, which is a Project Life card and some Tim Holtz designs that I collated together. Again, I used the washi tape to make a hinge, and it's covering up the prayer right here. I took this page out of my Bible. When I started using it as a journaling Bible, it was getting really fat, thick, quick. Fat and thick, quick. So I took out these printed pages that had different sayings and different discussions on them. I liked the border, and this helps me to remember that every day is a special occasion. So then that tucks under there and has the Velcro. This is a Dollar Tree clock that is popped up onto pop dots. Down on this little library card, I wrote my verse, and I've got a hymn song back here again. And I just poked 2 tiny little holes there, threaded some ribbons through, and tied it. This one I used some marbled paper. I think this is from a Miss Sparkle pack that you get at Joann's in the dollar spot. And I had the little sheep die cuts. These are Illustrated Faith. It says Ba. Over here I poked a hole. I had some of this yarn that has pom-poms every 3 or 4 inches on it. I cut off a length here and here, and just the 2 pom-poms because they remind me of the fluffy sheep. And this says Just Trust, but it also reminds me that sometimes we tend to beat ourselves up over mistakes that we make that other people don't have a clue that we made. For instance, my S is upside down. Nobody knows, and I bet you didn't notice it until I just pointed it out. I created the hillside by tearing the edges of the paper. And then there is my prayer with my washi tape hinge. For this one, I have a Tim Holtz, and this is a Tim Holtz card here that's down inside this coin pocket. I am not sure where this die cut came from. This is also Tim Holtz. That's Tim Holtz. I tore some dictionary definitions out. This is learn. This is for educate, educated, education. And then I have my prayer written on the back of that. It looks like a report card right there. I like that page as well. This one, I was afraid it was too much pattern. I wasn't sure where I was going with it, and it seemed like the more I did, the more I liked it. So sometimes you can do a whole bunch and it's just not too busy. There's your prayer though. And it just looks, this page just looks so happy and exuberant. And it's talking about, you have turned for me my mourning into dancing. You have loosed my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness, that my glory may sing your praise and not be silent. And that just looks like a very happy, joyful page. For this page, I made another flip out hinge. The Velcro's over here. You can't tell by looking that it's going to open up, but it does. Very simple. This is just washi tape. Here I put the paper clip even around that ring to help hold it in place. This one also is a flip over, but this one doesn't have the prayer right there. I believe, if I remember right, this is one that I realized I didn't write down a prayer. This was on Thanksgiving Day. That year. This one has another napkin applique. This was the border that was on the napkin, and so I just cut very close to that and then traced around it somewhat with a gold marker. And there's my prayer in there. And then I wrote all day, every day in gold marker. And then there was washi tape down the sides as well. This is another napkin. I loved this little scarecrow guy. And this is where I was thankful for fearless love. The scarecrow was afraid of everything, but we don't have to be afraid of anything. And so I took some raffia right here and punched a hole through both of those cards. I may not have a prayer written on that one either. I was slacking at the end of this, apparently. This one was pretty simple and straightforward. Got my stickers, my die cuts, my washi, my hem. I like this one. This sticker and this sticker and this sticker all came from Dollar Tree. One of the best places to get craft supplies, in my opinion. Excuse me. I used pink glitter stickers to spell out the location. I randomly splashed washi across here. Excuse me. And then here's my prayer. And I colored over this with a water-based marker, and I like the way it looks. It looks like a piece of old wood. On this particular page, I used an index card because I really liked this dimensional grateful sticker. And I used a lot of these stickers throughout this particular album, if you go back and look, because they're here, here, but on lots of other pages as well. I added some pearls, and there's the washi hinge with the prayer inside. For this page, I punched holes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and wove thread, or not thread, ribbon in and out, and then tied it in a bow down here for decoration. I believe this is a Project Life card. This is a die cut from somewhere, but I don't know where. I think this is an illustrated faith die cut as well as that. Here's my numbers. And there's my little prayer right there. And then for the last page, joy was the prompt. And I had this Project Life card that said joy. And I'm one of those people that I could put my Christmas tree up now. I could have put it up a couple weeks ago and been perfectly happy. But this is just some scrap paper behind it. This is a piece of scrapbook paper. And that is it. So I laminated this paper and this front paper to make the book so it'd be a little more durable. These are both illustrated faith papers. And then I had some dimensional stickers, daisy stickers here, that have seen better days. Like I said, this book is loved by my granddaughter. She likes to look at it a lot. But I think it's lasted pretty well for 2 years of use with the little girl who will be 6 in a month. And here is last year's. Now this one I did a little differently. This one, it was a list of prompts for different things. It was not scripture based, but I thought it looked like fun anyway. So lots of different scrapbook papers in here. These, I cut flowers off the stems, removed the green part that holds it together, and just glued it straight down, and then added the little buttons that were on it after cutting them off very closely off the stem. This is craft paper where I've used markers to make little dots, added some washi tape and the gold glitter leaf. This was a greeting card that was just black and white, and I went in and colored it all in just to give it some added interest. When you open it up here, I do have a verse about being thankful. And I added this piece of ribbon just as a decorative touch. Down here, this die cut, I can't remember where I got that one either. It's been over a year. I think that it was Paisley, something Paisley, or Paisley something. I'll have to look it up. And then here are the different items that we were to express thankfulness for on each of the days. Some of them were a little harder than others to get done. This is a little linen doily that was cut out. And I divided it into the different weeks. So here it says 1 to 3. That was November 1st to November 3rd. And that is these will be those 3 prompts. And day 1 was for my husband. I incorporated a lot of photos into this one of different people and places and things. This card came with an Amazon order, and I just, I mean, he is amazing, and I just am so thankful for him. This one, day 2, was for children. And so here I made a little journaling card that has all my children's names tucked into this felt leaf die cut. I've got some washi tape and some of that cut and embossed ribbon. I believe this came from Dollar Tree as well. And this tag that was from that same place. I will have to look it up. Paisley Lane, is that it? You know what? I think that I have over here in my current project basket. It's not Park Lane. I don't know. I'll have to look and find out, and then I will let you know. So here's a picture of my children. And that's a hard picture to get because the only picture I had previous to that with all 6 of them was in 2010. And this is from when my daughter got married last year. So from 2010 to 2018, I did not have a picture of the 6 of them together. For number 3, it's for tradition, and my very, very favorite tradition is marriage. And so there's our wedding picture. I took paper clips and added this to the little paper that we passed out at our wedding to hold on to the binder rings. And then this just has some doily and some washi tape on it. And here starts week 2, the 4th through the 10th. And our topic was home. And so there's a picture of my house. And I liked that. And that just came in a package. And I took the ribbon, I cut 2 holes and then joined them, threaded the ribbon through it. And then this key with this brad, I attached right there. We've got gold letters spelling out home. Let's see, day 5, here we go, was for self-care. And that's just to enjoy the little things. And I took a picture. Oh, look. I have the same nail polish on, or at least really, really close. But getting my nails done is one little special thing that I am thankful for. I added the little flat lace that Dollar Tree has that I love. And these 3 skeleton leaves were just beautiful. They had nothing to do with that, but it was beautiful. Favorite recipe was my grandma's persimmon pudding. So I have this recipe book. I took a picture of it and printed it, stains and all. I have stickers and washi. I made a shaker pocket out of a piece of old packaging. There's some stickers right here where there were staples punched through on the inside. No, that's on the back. That was the hole. These were just to decorate, and then I've got the sequins inside for the shakers. And then over here is the persimmon pudding recipe. I like to hold my paper clips on with washi tape if they have something large or bulky on them. And for this, I had the 3 leaves with ribbons tied through them at the top of the paper clip. That's before I knew anything about embellished paper clips with my junk journaling, because I didn't start junk journaling until January. I didn't know anything about it. All right, my favorite time of day is when we are sitting in our chair with our feet propped up, relaxing, watching TV or talking. I stamped on this piece of fabric with a pocket watch stamp that matches this, because this is from the packaging for that stamp. And then I have the linen doily again, another piece of the fabric, and another piece of ribbon here. And I punched that hole through there so that this could flop. I'm going to have to reinforce it soon, because otherwise it's going to tear off from being looked through so much. I took this one in a different direction. Gift was our prompt, and I went to spiritual gifts. And so I cut out, after I printed, I cut out the parts of the email that I got after I took a spiritual gifts discovery assessment. And this was my results. Let's see, I decorated with stickers and some sequins. And the fox just went with the page. He has nothing to do with anything except he was cute. Here is, let's see, what is day 9? Oh, is work. And so these are the different things that I do. And also planners, journaling. I also have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter where my ministry is my work and my work is my ministry. This is a photo of the computer screen with the home page of my blog site on it. Here's a skill, and Bible journaling was a big thing, but art is a skill that I am grateful for. This is a picture of my journaling Bible, and over here are different paintings that I have made. Paintings, and this is a mixed media piece, and this is a wall in this room that I'm standing in right now. This did not used to be my studio. So I am thankful for the gift of art. Hashtag artsy fartsy. And now we're on to week 3. If I can turn the page. Thankful for a passion. My passion is reaching kids for Christ. And so I took some pictures of the girls in my youth group and from Kids Praise, which was the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades at church. This is at Easter, where we were helping to lead part of the Easter egg hunt story. This was on a service trip, and then I have, these are our youth groups that meet, and that's at camp. I direct a week of camp every summer. So, reaching kids for Christ, that is my passion, and I am thankful for it. Number 12 was favorite color, and these are my 3 favorite colors. My grandson wanted to help, and so he cut out and colored this snowflake and wanted me to put it in here for orange. And there's his name. He even signed it. This is my favorite teacher, and my favorite teacher was one of my college professors. Her name is Brenda, and love her dearly. I do. She was one of the best people that I have ever met in my life. And so she has a picture there. This is thankful for travel. This is me in the Grand Canyon. And I just love to travel. So I've got this little Project Life card, I think it is, tucked in behind here. That's a map. And then just some string and a compass and another Project Life card here for the routine. And so I have a little page here, or a little journaling card here that tucks right into this glassine envelope. And in everything, give thanks. And then here I did a flip down. I must have changed my mind on that one. I thought I did a flip down, flip over. But this is what my schedule looked like at that time. Here is grandchildren was the next prompt. And I am still missing a photo of 3 of my other grandchildren. And now I have another one that's on the way in April. And then these are my honorary grandchildren. I didn't give birth to their parents, but I am their Hoosier mama. So I love them all very much. This is for pets. I do have a koi pond, and I think I have one of these fish left because we had some incidents, we'll say, where we lost all of our fish, or almost all of our fish. Like I said, I think I still have one of these guys here, and his name's Fred, because I had so many of them that looked like that I couldn't tell them apart, so I named all of them Fred. Everybody else got names. This was Jonah. But all the Freds, one is left. And here we go to the 3rd week. Is that the 3rd week? 1, 2, this is the 4th week. Okay, 4th week. Favorite quote, and I love this quote. No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another. And I just really like that. And I took 3 cards and just arranged them, edged them with some gold, Added some sunflower stickers and some tassels. This was food. And so these are Tim Holtz, I believe. They're 3-dimensional stickers. And then this was what I was making for supper that day. I was having lasagna. And so I just got all the ingredients together and arranged them and took a picture. This one, I'm thankful for books. And this is a picture of one of my bookcases and another. This is my coffee table, but it's a bookcase underneath. And another bookcase here. Right there. I added some little glitter, but it goes everywhere. And then I've got different pages from some of the books. And then a quote here, it says, "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one." For this one, I'm thankful for our clothing. And so I have a picture of my closet. A lot of stuff. And then these are tags from different places where I have bought clothes where the proceeds went to help support somebody. This was in a place in Texas near Bells. And then this is Trades of Hope, which I would, if you are able to look that up, I would look it up. They have a lot of beautiful things and it's a beautiful story. And then here's another store called Altered State, Stand Out for Good. And I know that there are so many other stores that do the same. These are just some that I happen to have the cards for. The next page was for friends. And I didn't even try to get a picture because I have a lot of friends. And so, friends, this little knot here symbolizes the relationship between people. When you have this many people, there's a knot that keeps you together. And this is living with a thankful heart. And I just made this little collage here, and I need to put some more glue on it. Favorite holiday is Christmas. I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite. So, and tearing up the pages is apparently my favorite too. These two pages want to stick together. That's what my problem is. These pages have that, it looks like lace and it's vinyl sticker, but the vinyl sticks to the vinyl. Let's see. This day's prompt was something that I'm proud of, and I graduated college at 48. And this is a picture of me and my dad with me in my cap and gown. Took me a long time, but I did it. Let's see, I'm going to shift that little hinge back there. And then here is the last week. Love was the prompt. And that was simple enough. This is a picture of my husband and I dancing at a wedding. This is my happy place. This is a glittery sticker ampersand. And I love the ampersand. It's my favorite because it means this and this. Never alone. This was being thankful for nature. Fall is my favorite season. This is me laying in a pile of leaves. Love my fall camo because I matched the leaves. This is a piece of mulberry paper that is not just decorative because I tried to color this lace so that the white wasn't so stark and the marker was bleeding all over everything. And I didn't want it to get on the picture, so I put this here to soak it up, and it just looks pretty. I picked this pine cone up off the road. It was smashed completely flat, and I loved it. This was off of a blanket that I bought. This is the tag, the sales tag. This prompt was for quiet time. Quiet time, I love to ride my bike because I can just think. And my bike is orange. Orange is my favorite color, so you'll see a lot of orange in a lot of my stuff. Let's see, this one is, the prompt was appliance. And for some reason I wrote what it was instead of appliance. And I had these little wooden stickers that I got, I'm pretty sure I got those at the Dollar Tree as well. And so I took this recipe card and cut it out. wrote down that I was happy for my range. This is a picture my husband took of me modeling an apron that a good friend of mine made when she found out I didn't have an apron. This is for goals. This is my 2 flip outs. This is a tag that came off of a clothing purchase. And these are just some Project Life cards and such that I've cut apart with washi. And then this is a flip down. This is my goal, is to be organized enough. And then to clean my craft room. I'm never going to get my craft room clean. It's just not going to happen. But I can get it organized enough. So there you go. And then here, the prompt told us to be thankful for ourselves because that's what we forget. So I wrote down with these sheer stickers, fearfully and wonderfully made, because I am and you are. I poked holes right here and did the same weaving technique that I did in the other journal. I fed the ribbon behind the photo mat, or behind the photo on top of the photo mat, and glued it down over here after I tied a big bow. And yes, that's me. And then the last page, I just put some washi. This dimensional sticker that says, "In everything give thanks." I cut this off of a calendar, the bottom of a calendar, and wrote down 2018, month of November. And then punched 2 holes over here and threaded this ribbon, this string through it, and tied it in a bow. I think that I actually punched those holes by accident. Pretty sure that those were not intended, and so I just made it part of the plan. So there you go. I will share with you my journey with my new journal this year as soon as I figure out what I'm going to use for prompts, what I'm going to use to make it, and how I want it to look when it's finished. So, thank you for joining me on this flip through. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, or a wonderful week, or how about this? Have a wonderful life. And remember to be kind always.